Imagine this. You wake up one morning, grab your coffee and tell yourself, today is going to be amazing. You picture yourself crushing your to-do list, having great conversations, and maybe even getting unexpected good news. Then guess what? By the end of the day, everything actually goes your way. Was it luck? Or did you just manifest it into existence? This is the essence of the law of attraction. The idea that your thoughts shape your reality. If you think positively, you attract good things. If you think negatively, well, let's just say you won't like the results. But does this really work, or is it just a feel-good myth? What does science have to say? Today we're breaking it all down. No fluff, no hype, just the truth. Let's get started. What exactly is the law of attraction? All right, before we break down whether the law of attraction is real or just a feel-good myth, let's get clear on what it actually is. At its core, the law of attraction is based on one simple idea: like attracts like. This means that the energy and thoughts you put out into the universe will attract similar energy back to you. If you think positively, you'll bring positive experiences into your life. If you focus on negativity, you'll attract more struggles. It sounds simple, right? Almost too simple. How it became so popular. This idea isn't new. In fact, versions of it have been around for centuries in different spiritual and philosophical teachings, but it became mainstream thanks to books like The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. You've probably heard of The Secret. It sold millions of copies and was even turned into a documentary. Celebrities like Oprah, Jim Carrey, and Will Smith have all talked about using the law of attraction to manifest their success. It's also all over social media, vision boards, daily affirmations, scripting exercises, and endless videos promising that you can manifest anything if you just believe. Sounds amazing, right? But here's where things get interesting. How exactly is this supposed to work? Supporters of the law of attraction believe that your thoughts create your reality in three main ways. 1. Like attracts like. This is the main principle. It suggests that whatever energy you put out, you get back. Think happy thoughts. You attract happy experiences. Focus on your goals. You attract opportunities for success. Worry about failure. You create obstacles for yourself. So according to this idea, your current life is simply a reflection of your past thoughts and energy. 2. Thoughts become things. Proponents say that your thoughts have a direct influence on what happens in your life. If you can see it in your mind and believe it with enough emotion, it will eventually become reality. A common example is Jim Cameron's famous story. Before he was famous, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered and dated it for 1995. Years later, he landed Dumb and Dumber and got paid almost exactly $10 million. Coincidence? Or did he manifest it? 3. The universe responds to your energy. According to the law of attraction, the universe doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your vibrations. This is why simply saying, "I want to be rich" won't work if deep down you feel broke, stressed, and doubtful. Your energy needs to match what you want. For example, if you want to attract love, you need to feel loved, confident, and open. If you want success, you need to feel successful before it happens. This is why some people practice things like visualization, imagining their dream life in vivid detail. Affirmations, repeating positive statements like, "I am successful." Vision boards, creating a collage of their dream home, career, or lifestyle. All of this is meant to trick the mind into believing that success is already happening, which in theory should speed up the process of attracting it. Now here's the interesting part. Many people swear the law of attraction has changed their lives. They claim that after practicing it, they started noticing more opportunities. They attracted the right people into their lives. Things just started falling into place. And it's easy to see why this belief is so appealing. If you're struggling in life, the idea that you can simply think your way into a better reality is incredibly empowering. It gives people hope, control, and motivation to focus on what they want instead of what they lack. But here's the big question. Is this really how the universe works? Or is there a scientific explanation behind it? That's where psychology comes in, and that's what we'll explore next. What psychology says about it. Now let's bring in psychology, the actual science of the mind. Psychologists don't deny that our thoughts influence our lives. In fact, research shows that mindset plays a crucial role in success, happiness, and even health. However, science explains these effects very differently than the law of attraction does. The truth is, while positive thinking can be helpful, your thoughts alone don't have magical powers to change reality. Instead, psychology shows that the real reason the law of attraction seems to work comes down to cognitive biases, behavior changes, and how our brains filter information. Let's break it down. 1. The Reticular Activating System, RAS. The brain's filter. Ever notice that when you buy a new car, you suddenly start seeing that exact model everywhere? That's not because more people suddenly bought the same car, it's because of your Reticular Activating System, RAS. The RAS is a bundle of nerves in your brainstem that acts like a filter, deciding what information gets through to your conscious mind. Without it, you'd be overwhelmed by the millions of things happening around you at any moment. Here's how this connects to the law of attraction. If you start focusing on success, your RAS begins noticing opportunities related to your goals. If you constantly think about failure, your brain highlights obstacles and negative experiences instead. In other words, your focus shapes what you notice, but it doesn't magnetically pull things into your life. So when law of attraction fans say, "I attracted this opportunity," what really happened is that their brain was already looking for it. 2. Confirmation bias, seeing what you want to see. Ever met someone who always finds proof for whatever they believe? That's confirmation bias at work. Confirmation bias is our tendency to interpret information in a way that supports what we already believe. It explains why. If you believe the law of attraction works, you'll notice and remember the times it seemed to work while ignoring the times it didn't. If you expect bad things to happen, you'll subconsciously focus on negative experiences that confirm your belief. This is why so many people swear by the law of attraction. They aren't lying. They're just unintentionally filtering reality to match their expectations. 3. Self-fulfilling prophecy, when belief changes behavior. Now, this is where things get really interesting. A self-fulfilling prophecy is when your belief influences your behavior, which then makes the belief come true. For example, if you believe you're going to succeed, you'll act more confident, take more risks, and work harder, which increases your chances of actual success. If you think you're unlucky, you'll hesitate more, take fewer chances, and give up sooner, making failure more likely. In other words, your beliefs affect your actions, and your actions create results. So when people say, "The law of attraction helped me get my dream job," what really happened is, 1. They focused on their goal, activating their RAS. 2. They took action to pursue opportunities, influenced by confirmation bias. 3. Their belief in success made them act with more confidence, self-fulfilling prophecy. It wasn't the universe rearranging itself, it was their own psychological patterns working in their favor. 4. The placebo effect. Mind over matter? The placebo effect is when believing in something causes real changes in your body or mind, even if it has no scientific basis. For example, patients who take a sugar pill, believing it's medicine, sometimes get better just because they expect to. People who believe they have good luck often perform better, simply because they feel more confident. This explains why people who practice the law of attraction often genuinely feel better, even if nothing external has actually changed. Their belief alone improves their mindset and mood, which can lead to real improvements in their life. However, while belief can help, it doesn't override hard work, external circumstances, or real-world effort. 5. The danger of the law of attraction, when positive thinking becomes toxic. Now let's talk about the dark side of this belief system. The law of attraction encourages people to focus on positive thoughts, which isn't a bad thing, but taken to the extreme, it can become toxic positivity and victim blaming. For example, blaming people for their struggles. If you believe thoughts create reality, then someone who is struggling with illness, financial problems, or bad luck must have caused it themselves. This is both incorrect and harmful. Ignoring real-world challenges. Positive thinking is great, but it doesn't replace hard work, strategy, or external support. Thinking about wealth won't make you rich. You still need to save, invest, and work smart. Guilt and shame. If someone follows the law of attraction but still struggles, they might blame themselves, thinking, "I must not be manifesting correctly." This can lead to anxiety and self-doubt. The truth is, life is complex. While mindset matters, people face hardships due to circumstances beyond their control. Things like economic conditions, systemic inequality, or unexpected life events. Believing that everything happens because of your energy can lead to self-blame and denial instead of productive action. So what does science actually say? While psychology doesn't support the law of attraction as a magical force, it does confirm that your mindset influences your focus. The Reticular Activating System, RAS, filters what you notice. Beliefs can shape reality through behavior. Self-fulfilling prophecies make success or failure more likely. Positive thinking helps, but only when combined with action. Optimism alone doesn't guarantee results. So does the law of attraction work? In a psychological way, yes. If you set clear goals, train your brain to notice opportunities, take action based on your belief in success, then your chances of success do increase. But it's not because the universe is responding to your thoughts. It's because you're shaping your own behavior in a way that leads to results. And that's the real secret behind the law of attraction. The balance between science and belief. At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with positive thinking, visualization, or affirmations as long as they're paired with action. But relying on thoughts alone to change your life, that's where people get stuck. So instead of just manifesting, try this. Visualize your goal, then create a plan. Think positive, but also take action. Believe in success and work toward it every day. Because at the end of the day, the most powerful force in your life isn't the universe, it's you. The dangerous side of the law of attraction. At first glance, the law of attraction seems like a harmless and even empowering belief system. After all, what's wrong with thinking positively and focusing on your goals? But here's the problem. When taken to the extreme, the law of attraction can become toxic, misleading, and even harmful. Believing that thoughts alone shape reality can lead to self-blame, denial, and unrealistic expectations, all of which can do more harm than good. Let's break down the dangers. 1. Toxic positivity, when positive thinking goes too far. The law of attraction teaches people to only focus on positive thoughts. While optimism is a great trait, forcing yourself to be constantly positive can become toxic. This is called toxic positivity, the belief that you should always be happy and that negative emotions should be ignored or suppressed. The problem? It invalidates real emotions. Life is full of ups and downs. Sadness, frustration, and anger are normal. Pretending everything is fine doesn't actually solve problems. It just buries them. It prevents emotional growth. Negative emotions aren't bad, they're signals. They help us recognize when something needs to change. Suppressing them can lead to emotional numbness and even anxiety. It creates pressure and guilt. If you believe you must think positively all the time, any negative thought can feel like a failure. This creates stress instead of relief. Real growth comes from acknowledging challenges, facing emotions, and taking action, not just thinking happy thoughts. 2. Victim blaming. The dark side of you create your own reality. One of the most dangerous ideas behind the law of attraction is that everything in your life is a result of your thoughts. At first, this sounds empowering until you realize what it implies. If thoughts alone create reality, then people facing illness must have attracted it. Victims of poverty, abuse, or injustice are responsible for their own suffering. Bad things happen because someone had negative energy. See how harmful this can be? The truth is, life is shaped by many factors: genetics, environment, social structures, luck, and personal choices. Not everything is under our control, and blaming people for their hardships is both inaccurate and cruel. For example, did a child born into poverty attract that situation? Did someone who got sick fail to think positively enough? Did someone in an abusive relationship manifest their suffering? Of course not. But the extreme version of the law of attraction suggests that they did, which can create shame and guilt and even discourage people from seeking real solutions. The better approach: instead of blaming people for their struggles, we should focus on practical ways to improve circumstances through education, effort, community support, and systemic change. Mindset does matter, but it's not the only thing that determines success or failure. 3. False promises. The manifestation trap. A common claim in law of attraction teachings is, if you want something, just believe in it, and the universe will give it to you. This sounds great, but it sets people up for disappointment and inaction. The problem with just believe, the idea that you can think your way to success without action, is simply not true. You can visualize wealth all day, but if you don't manage your money wisely, you won't get rich. You can repeat love affirmations, but if you never go out and meet people, you won't find a relationship. You can dream about success, but without effort and skill, it won't happen. The real danger is that some people waste years manifesting instead of taking practical steps toward their goals. They might avoid learning new skills because they think belief is enough, pass up opportunities because they're waiting for the perfect manifestation, feel discouraged when their dreams don't magically come true. The better approach: use positive thinking to fuel action, not replace it. How to actually achieve success: visualize your goal, then make a plan. Believe in yourself, but also take real steps. Stay positive, but adjust your approach when needed. Thinking big is great, but real success comes from action, persistence, and learning, not magic. The guilt trap: when manifestation doesn't work. One of the biggest dangers of the law of attraction is what happens when it doesn't work. Let's say someone spends months manifesting a dream job, but nothing happens. If they truly believe thoughts create reality, they'll assume, I must not have believed hard enough. I must have had negative energy. It's my fault this didn't work. This kind of thinking can lead to self-blame, depression, and anxiety, all because they were told that everything in life depends on their thoughts. The truth? Success depends on multiple factors, not just belief. Maybe the job market was tough. Maybe they needed more experience. Maybe they just needed a different strategy. But instead of looking at practical reasons, the law of attraction makes people blame themselves, which is both unfair and unhelpful. The healthy mindset. Instead, when something doesn't work out, don't assume it's because you manifested wrong. Instead, look at what you can control. Learn from setbacks and try a new approach. Accept that some things are out of your hands, and that's okay. Failures and challenges are part of life. The key is to adapt and keep going, not feel guilty. 5. Scams and exploitation. The business of manifestation. Let's be real. Many people are making huge amounts of money selling manifestation courses, books, and coaching programs. They promise things like, manifest $10,000 in 30 days. Attract your soulmate overnight. Get rich without working. Just use this secret technique. The problem? They prey on people's hopes and struggles. Many of these programs charge thousands of dollars for basic self-help advice, make false promises that mislead desperate people, use pseudoscience to sound credible. The worst part? When these methods don't work, customers are told it's their fault for not believing hard enough, so they buy even more courses. How to avoid the scams? Before spending money on law of attraction programs, ask yourself, does this sound too good to be true? Is the advice based on real psychology or just vague promises? Am I being told that if it doesn't work, it's my fault? A real coach or program should teach practical steps, not sell you the illusion of effortless success, the right way to approach positive thinking. So, should you throw out the law of attraction completely? Not necessarily. Positive thinking is useful, but it's not magic. Mindset matters, but action matters more. Belief helps, but realistic strategies are essential. Instead of relying on manifestation, try this. Set clear goals. Train your brain to notice opportunities. Take action every day. Stay adaptable and open to growth. At the end of the day, you don't need the universe to make things happen. You just need a plan, persistence, and action. And that's more powerful than any law of attraction. So does it work or not? At this point, we've explored both sides, the promises of the law of attraction and the psychological explanations behind it. So what's the final verdict? The truth is, it depends on how you use it. If you take it as a motivational tool, using visualization, positive thinking, and goal setting to boost confidence and keep yourself focused, then yes, it can be beneficial. Psychology supports the idea that belief, optimism, and a strong mindset can influence behavior and outcomes. But if you treat it as a magical formula that replaces action, ignores reality, or blames people for their struggles, then no, it doesn't work, and it can even be harmful. The best approach? Combine the mindset of the law of attraction with real-world effort. Think big, believe in yourself, and stay positive. But also take consistent action, adapt when needed, and accept that life involves both luck and effort. At the end of the day, your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your reality. The universe isn't handing out rewards based on energy alone, but with the right mindset and effort, you can create real change in your life. Your mindset shapes your actions. Your actions shape your reality. So yes, think positive. Set big goals. Visualize success. But don't just stop there. Go out and make it happen. At the end of the day, success isn't about magnetizing things into your life. It's about training your mind to see opportunities, staying persistent, and taking action. The real secret, the power was in you all along. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever used the law of attraction? Did it work for you? Or do you think it's just a psychological trick? Let's discuss in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.